With astrology, I think a lot of people want to know about being born into the families that they're in. And I'm Cancer ruling my 12th house. Family is big focus for me in this life, Scorpio 4th house. And so, from what I've come across, I see the placements in our chart as DNA because not only is it like in our blood, literally, it's cosmic DNA of the frequencies that are in our parents and grandparents passed down to us through that blood and through everything else energy. And I've been fortunate to have a very balanced chart in terms of the elements. So, for example, if you are lacking air in your chart, you may be lacking communication skills, or not lacking, but that could be a struggle for you throughout your life. Like things with learning the mind, intellectual pursuits could be where you need to focus. It could be if you're lacking fire, showing like boldness in creation, creativity, showing yourself, being seen. And so I have a very balanced chart in terms of the elements. And I was thinking about how my mom is an air sign. My dad is an earth sign. And me, my brother, and sister are all water signs, all different water signs. So I find that very interesting. So growing up with seeing all the water signs expressed through us, like the children, and then having an air sign mother with not only the air sign sun, but air sign rising and Jupiter. So it's a lot. She was very heavily coming from there. And then my father, very heavy earth sign. So all of that DNA, it goes into you. So I came into this life with a lot of fire. I have Venus and Mars in Leo. And then I also got a little bit of fire from my mom. She's a fire moon. My sister also got her fire moon. But in terms of my brother and sister, they don't have much fire. So I think that I have such an abundance of fire because I'm supposed to provide that to the family, because we don't have a fire aspect in our small close-knit family. So that's how I see that elemental aspect there. I think that when we think about our charts, the family makeup genetically that we have is for reasons of our soul's evolution. Why we need to have these certain breakdowns so that our journey is geared towards evolving in the different ways that we need to. Or if it is balance, I believe that if it's more of a balanced experience, then you have the ability to share your perspective of a lot of different, like all of the different elemental signs. So that gives you almost like an ability to probably an interest in more things like psychology and human nature so that you can help, because you need to kind of be able to understand so many various points of views in order to share your experience in a balanced way. It's like if someone had only grown up like on a farm and have never been to a city, they're not really going to be that well versed on certain things that people from the city will need to hear. So I think it's kind of like if you're well traveled, you are more equipped to speak about different cultures possibly because you've actually experienced them. Yeah, the whole idea with like Sagittarius, one experiencing things and then learning and gaining so much wisdom from that sort of thing. So I just wanted to talk about that, an elemental breakdown and how the genetics of our parents and family go into that heavily and for what reasons. So what are your elemental breakdowns in your chart? I'd be curious. Are you very dominant fire or maybe lacking water? So maybe pursuits towards more emotional inner workings, like developments in that sense? Is that something that you feel you need to go towards? If you're lacking in earth, do you feel like you're just constantly learning and writing and sharing, but not really sensually touching and going into like things like physical pleasure? Yeah, so I'd be curious to know. And if you're interested in this kind of stuff, I offer asteroid astrology readings and you can follow along from